This story was sent to me by Coca 2005. This shriveled up anteater in the face looking motherfucker name is Bobby Joe Smith. He is a George. Let me get it right. He is a Georgia judge, and he is 77 years old, and he is a straight up creep. So he was pretty much indicted a couple days ago. I'm sorry, he was indicted yesterday on basically charges of taking sexual favors for these women in order to get them out of traffic violations. This is a 77-year-old judge doing this. And you know what? When I hear things such as this, it lets me know that this is why they allow a lot of these rapists and child molesters and people like that walk, because they're doing shit like this. Very relatively close. And it's all in an abuse of power. He's like, I'm a judge. I can do whatever the hell I want. And there's not a jury that will convict me in this establishment. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he walked from this. See, this is exactly why the colonizer didn't need all of that power. This is what you call an abuse of power right here. Yet you have judges like Olu Stevens who wants to do the right thing. And a couple years ago when he did and he put his foot down, they put 2 additional feet on foot on his neck and caused him to be suspended for 90 days without pay. Yet this guy has been what is it saying? It said he forcibly kissed. So I would love to know where the Me Too people are at. Doesn't this fall right up their alley as some kind of sound of concern? Or is he not the right hue? Let me go ahead and read this article. A 77-year-old Georgia judge for years asked women for sexual favors and cash in exchange for lighter charges or sentences. Bobby Joe Smith, who presided over county cases in the riverside town of Hartwell, is charged with 1 count of bribery and 3 counts of civil rights violations in a federal indictment filed Thursday in the Middle District of Georgia. I feel like there's a couple charges missing. One woman met with Smith on multiple occasions in judicial chambers, where he told her that she would be put on private probation with him and that he required cash payments. Over the course of these meetings, he kissed her, groped her, and while she was holding her young niece, put his hands down her pants and made contact with her vagina. After these interactions, Smith reduced the charges against her. Another woman who was facing a driving under the influence charge repeatedly went to Smith's office to check on her blood test results. He allegedly told her it sometimes takes a year for the test to be completed due to the laboratory being backed up. During these meetings, Smith kissed her and groped her, and at least once he attempted to put his hand underneath her shirt. On at least one other occasion, Smith exposed his penis to her and attempted to pull her hand down to touch his genitals. She pulled her hand away and resisted these attempts. During these meetings, Smith locked the door to his judicial chambers, and sometimes Smith also blocked her from getting to the door. Another woman who was facing a speeding ticket also asked for the judge's help getting her charge reduced, and he called a different court, telling the clerk that she was his granddaughter. Afterward, the woman was leaving his office. He allegedly kissed her on the lips and tried to touch her breast. She pulled away, but he tightened his arm around her. The indictment claims she allegedly said no and was able to escape his advances. She never returned to his office. Her speeding ticket was later resolved by another judge. None of these 3 women consented to Smith's sexual advances. Smith will appear in court on April 25th. Let me just tell you, it was hard for me to even read some of the words there, and I think y'all know which words it was hard for me to read. Like, this old bastard. See, it's that abuse of power right there, because he's a judge. And he's an old man who probably took one too many goddamn blue pills. Y'all know which blue ones I'm talking about. I wonder if he's married and has kids. And if he does, what do they think of their father or husband's issues? Because that's exactly what the hell he has, is some goddamn issues. But like I said, it's an abuse of power type of thing. He loved having that kind of hold over these women. But apparently the hold wasn't that strong enough if they all got away. He even had to say one of them was his granddaughter just so she could be up there. That's some sick ass shit, if you ask me. I don't know if they're going to convict him. I won't be surprised if they won't. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.